Hi everyone, welcome to Into the Nevermore. Today I'm going to talk about The Evil Dead Rise because I've just seen it and I think I'm going to rank my Evil Dead movies at the end in order of personal preference, so don't come at me. So last week my boyfriend and I watched Evil Dead Rise together. I'm going to try and keep it spoiler free. So it's been 10 years since The Evil Dead was remade in 2013. So here we have a sequel in The Evil Dead Rise. There's a slight difference with Evil Dead Rise because while there is a cabin and some friends in a cabin featured in this film, that is not where this film is predominantly set. This film is set in a condemned apartment block and it involves a family with children. So we've got a slight difference here. So we've got strong female leads in this film. So the main villain, if you like, is Mummy, which is Ellie, played by Alyssa Sutherland, and I thought she was incredible. She was very convincing. She's got this one line that I thought was amazing. She's like, "Mummy's with the maggots now." I was just like, yeah, that. I liked that. I appreciated that. So she's. I mean, we've in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. In the trailer, we know that the mum is the first to be possessed, if you like. And she's scary. She is scary. We have her sister also, Beth, played by Lily Sullivan. She was a pretty cool character. Do you know what? To be fair, there wasn't a huge cast in this film and nobody annoyed me, which is always a good thing. Especially in horror films, I always end up with one or two that are really great on me. I like that I said great. I don't want to add, it's not a spoiler, but there is a scene with a cheese grater. That's all I'm going to say. And is that a spoiler? Might be a spoiler. Brilliant. But nobody in this film irritated me. So basically, they're in this, the sister, Beth, comes to stay with her sister Ellie and Ellie's 3 children. Ellie's a single mum. They live in this condemned apartment block, which is about to be knocked down. There's an earthquake, and during this earthquake, the kids have gone to get some pizza to give the adults some time to have a chat. And the ground splits, and the kids clearly go down into the open ground because, you know, kids. To be fair, I would have as well. And when they're down there, they find their Necronomicon, the book. They find the book and some records. And the boy, he takes it upstairs into his bedroom and he doesn't leave it alone. So you know what happens next. This was a slight difference because the book wasn't read out loud by the boy. The charm was read by him playing the records. You might recognise the voice as well, if you're an Evil Dead fan, as that of Bruce Campbell. I only just found that out recently. I didn't know that when I watched it, and I didn't click. So there we go. Great. I'm a great fan. And all hell breaks loose from there. And it's a complete and utter gore fest. It's brilliant. I wasn't sure I would like a set in the present day Evil Dead. But it works really well. And the fact that they're in this apartment block when most of the tenants have moved out because it's going to be knocked down. Which means not a lot of people can really hear what's going on. I thought that was really, really atmospheric and the lift breaks, obviously. So they're stuck in there in a busy city with the Evil Dead. So this is going on throughout the evening, and they've kind of got to stay alive, got to get out of the building, and they've got to get as far away from this thing as possible. So while it feels like a very long night, the film actually only runs for 100 minutes. It does feel longer than that, and not in a bad way. It doesn't drag, but you don't watch it and think, well, that was too short. I thought it was a perfect time. There was a real good amount of Evil Dead gore in there. I've already mentioned the gore, but that's what it is. It's a gore fest, and there are a few little comedic moments as well, which is true to the Evil Dead franchise, as we know. One thing that made me happy, and that I'm sure will make a lot of you happy, is the return of an iconic weapon, the chainsaw. I won't say too much else, but there is a great scene in that where I was like, it's just Ash, which is fantastic. A lot of the gore in this film was quite realistic as well, which was a little bit different, obviously, for the Evil Dead, because the Evil Dead was such a long time ago, talking about the originals, not the remake, obviously. So that was nice to see. There is a bit towards the end that is quite ridiculous, which did make me laugh out loud. And I said to my boyfriend, it's so stupid, I love it. And if I say it is a spoiler, so I'm going to let you guys see that for yourselves if you haven't seen the film. If you have, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, especially if I say arms and legs, maybe. But yeah, great. I liked the amount of comedy it had, which wasn't loads, but just a bit. It was proper horror. It was proper gore. There were some original gory moments. And yeah, overall great. So that's that. So if I had to rank my Evil Dead films, number 5 is going to have to be Evil Dead Remake 2013. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a lover of this film at all. In fact, I watched the Evil Dead 2013 quite recently, because I thought I'd never seen it before, and it turned out I had actually seen it before and I didn't like it. And that's probably why I thought I hadn't seen it before. It got about 5 minutes in, I was like, I've seen this. So, I really didn't like the main protagonist in this film, Mia. I thought she really irritated me. I didn't really like her. And I think that probably didn't help how I felt about the film. I thought there were some good, iconic, gory moments in this film. Some of the kills were good. I'll give it that. I don't know what it is, but it didn't feel like The Evil Dead to me. It felt like a completely different film. And I'm not sure that's how a remake's supposed to feel. So that's number 5. Number 4 for me. Now it gets hard from here on out because I really like Evil Dead Rise. But I really like the other three on the list as well. But I'm going to put number 4 as Army of Darkness. Now, don't get me wrong, Army of Darkness is a great film. I'm not saying it should be number 4 on a list of 5. But for me, it is all about the horror. And I'm sorry, but Army of Darkness, there's no horror. It's comedy. There's a couple of little moments in there where he has to fight some deadites, but it's not horror. So I've put that as number 4. It is very funny. It is a great film. But number 4 for me. Number 3, I've put Evil Dead Rise. I guess it depends on how I feel at the time, but that could swap places with Army of Darkness. But I thought it was refreshing. I've obviously just told you what I thought of that. So Evil Dead Rise at number 3. Now this is tough for space number 1 and 2. And this is definitely dependent on the day. And for years, I've always said this next one in at number 2 was my favourite. However, because I've just rewatched them this week, I think it's the others just picked it. So number 2, I've put Evil Dead 2. And I think most people are going to disagree with that, and that's absolutely fine. Because Evil Dead 2 is amazing. It's horror. It's a little bit comedy. Ash is fantastic. It gives you everything. It's a little bit of everything. And I've probably seen that more than the first Evil Dead. But I've put Evil Dead in at number 1 because after having watched it this week, I just felt like it was more me. I was like, it's horror. It was the very first film. And I think because the second one has always been such a strong sequel, I think I kind of played down the first one a little bit. But yeah, having watched it the other day, I was like, this is a really, really good film. And I think I prefer this one. Just ever so slightly. And I might change my mind tomorrow. But there we go. Number 1, Evil Dead. So I haven't actually seen the series Ash versus Evil Dead at all. Should I watch it? I thought perhaps it might be a little bit too comedic for me, but as I've gone older, I do a little bit better with comedy. So has anyone seen it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments if I should watch it. And if so, I'll start watching it and I'll let you know what I think. So that's it. That's Evil Dead Rise. I liked it. Thumbs up. Go see it. I think we're going to see more from Alyssa Sutherland soon, for sure. She was fantastic. And I think this is really going to properly rocket her career. Rocket. Did you like that? And that's it from me. Like if you want, comment if you want, especially if you've watched Army of Darkness, Ash vs Evil Dead and think I should watch it. Also, comment how you rank the films. I like to see how everyone's different. And subscribe, follow me on Instagram, all of that. And thank you for watching, and I will be back soon. I don't know what with, but something. Bye.